Baro found here behind all of these people, sometimes brings some pretty interesting new weapons, Prisma ones. He doesn't do it as much as he should though, apart from the fact that this time he has brought the Prisma Ohma, with an increased attack speed, doubled crit chance, little bit less status, way more damage. I would love to know the future of the tradability of this weapon, but when it first came out, it was not tradable. It should be made tradable though, because most, if not all, Prisma weapons are actually tradable. Actually like the fact Baro is kind of sitting right on the right hand side of the screen, because if we go to equip, and yeah, it's probably easier to just search for tonfas because then they're sitting next to each other. You can see what I mean by these are a huge increase in every single way. Attack speed has gone up. Instantly it's doing more damage. Slam attack has gone up. The radius has gone up. The slide attack has gone up. Twice the crit with added crit multiplier. 10% less status. More impact. More slash. More electricity. Meaning, of course, total damage is more. It has... The heavy attack is more damage. Obviously, it is 2 times 250, but it's 500 doubled. The slam attack and slam radius of the heavy attacks have gone up. This thing should be quite an amazing weapon if we're being 100% honest here. Because, oh, I was really hoping it would use Demonized Cross, but Sovereign Outcast, fine. Just need to know this. Okay, well, didn't see that coming, if I'm 100% honest on that one. 112.5% crit chance with one mod on it. Sacrificial Steel. Plus 275% crit chance. And of course, Sacrificial Pressure. You are sacrificing a little bit of damage, but you are getting a higher crit chance, which of course means... Ooh, ribbons for this are going to be worth a fortune. Where's Organ Shatter? Put you in there, and I can't. Oh, wait, I can. 4.2 times the damage. The fact that this does a little bit less than... Wow, I've got way too many mods at this point. That Prime Pressure Points, 165. This may only be 137.5, but it is... 4.2 times because it's pretty much a guaranteed crit hit if it's over 100%. Or it should be. Never works out that way though. Basically ended up with 3 former just so I can fit in body count to increase the combo. Oh yeah, and of course Blood Rush to increase the crit chance that stacks with combo. These two work really well together for crit. But it didn't crit, red crit, as much as I thought it did. But when it did, oh my. Quite the damage dealing monster this turned out to be. I would not have thought this would do anywhere near the kind of damage that it actually ends up doing. Having the electricity on there and leaving it alone and just adding one other element of, well, where I had Vicious Frost and Virulent Scourge, swap them round for any other elemental combo, leaving electricity on there, yeah. It stuns the enemy when you hit them, so they kind of stop attacking you, meaning that this thing will stun an enemy, allowing you to hit them even more. I did try playing just a tiny little bit, putting Primed Fury in this, taking the 1 attack speed, and basically making it a 1.55. If you're not using Wisp, yeah. That would work really well. But the 1 attack speed by itself, I left unchanged. Oh, yeah. This thing, it has enough attack speed at 1 to work well. With Prime Fury in there, it kind of moved a little bit too quick, so didn't bother increasing attack speed on it. And yes, okay, I will be the first to admit 112.5% crit chance with a 4.1 times crit multiplier when it's doing a total damage of 2,305 doesn't really sound that much until you start to use it, and then you realise very quickly just how amazing this thing actually turned out to be. When it comes to tonfas, obviously it's The Cronin has a 1.08 attack speed. This has a 1. But it does do nearly twice the damage, so better than the Cronin. The Cronin Prime has an attack speed of 1.17 and a total damage of 212, but has 8% less crit chance. Well, that puts them way too close together to actually make a call on that, but when you throw things like the Praedos into play, that same attack speed, 1.17 as the Cronin Prime, but it does 50 less damage. These may actually be better than the Praedos, which is of course the Incarnon tonfas. Definitely better than the Balteus. Definitely better than the Telos, even though the Telos Balteus technically has an attack speed of 1.08, so it does have a higher attack speed. To be fair, that's closer to the Cronin Prime, but 210 attack speed. But it's only a 0.8 attack speed faster, so I would still say these are better. And obviously, much better than the normal Ohma. I'm still going to say the Praedos kind of holds, because in its Incarnon form it has, well, all of these extra damages and heavy attacks and everything else that it can do that obviously this can't, but as you can see, it's a 50 attack difference between the two, but the Praedos has a higher attack speed, and once you actually go Incarnon with it, it's, well, the Praedos it's just a monster. Definitely still got to be the best of the tonfas, with these things definitely coming in second. Only because these things have more crit. It's 8% more crit and 0.2 times crit multiplier, so it crits more, it does more damage. Yes, slightly slower attack speed, that can be adjusted in a lot of different ways to increase its attack speed, which is why I mentioned Primed Fury earlier. These things, they are fixing the fact that you can't trade them. As always with all new Baro based weapons when he first brings them, they're kind of not tradable for the first weekend he brings them, and then they fix it in the future so they are tradable. They have confirmed it's a bug. It's a bug every single time Baro brings a weapon. Why not just turn around and say it's not tradable for the first weekend that he is here? Would never recommend running out and buying it, turning your ducats into platinum by trading for it. But if you have a friend who wants one of these who can't get on over the weekend, you could be really nice if you have thousands of ducats and pick one up for them and hope they do the same for you further down the line. But still worth getting a hold of, whether you get them now or next time he brings them, because easier to get a hold of than the Praedos, because the Praedos it's in the Zaramon, which means you can't get them as easier. The easiest ones to get a hold of have to be these, even if they are a Mastery Rank 12 weapon. It can be annoying because they are Mastery Rank 12, but that's because they have to be the second best tonfas in the game. Outside of the Zaramon, the best. Edging off the Cronin Prime just ever so slightly, and simply down to the fact that it does more crit. Which means with the crit multiplier being higher as well, it just does more damage. That 0.17 attack speed, you can adjust it using things like Wisp or throwing attack speed mods on it, but the one attack speed by itself is more than enough. So I think it's probably best to leave this off here. These things are amazing, but there are so many people who are going to be really annoyed I just said they're better than the Cronin Prime. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think the best tonfa is? Not dual wielding melee weapon, can think of two that are actually better than these. What do you think the best tonfa is? And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.